Why, hello there, chat. Give me a second so I can also show some skin. Now I have skin in the game. Ah, did you see what I did? So, how was your day? Was it better than mine? I mean, chances are it was, because I just woke up, so if my day just started, I can't say that it was good. I can't say that it was bad either, so it's on a 0, right? I am on time, yes. Actually, I'm not on time. I'm a little bit earlier. Right. Would you play the Far Cry game? I would. You know, the thing is, there was a time, believe it or not, back in the 90s, where you would have video games and stuff that was actually related to current politics. They wouldn't try to make it political, but they would try to make it in a way that's entertaining. Like, let me put it this way: there is India still does this, right? So there's like a Bollywood movie, sorry, where Hitler actually did escape the bunker, and he had like a life in Spain, I believe, and he married and but like the point is, it's like it's such a bizarre thing, right? Like they're taking a conspiracy theory, which you're not allowed to talk. I mean, oh, talking about conspiracies, harmful danger to our democracy, which is so fragile. But my point is, like, they would take a conspiracy theory, right? Like, what if Hitler did escape, and then they would make a whole movie out of it. My God, I remember back in the 90s, like there were so many movies, like so bizarre as well. Like for example, I remember a movie that I rented on VCR when I was a kid. It was called Dryad. And Dryad, I believe like the story was about a babysitter who was incredibly hot. Like she was unnaturally so like men lost their minds. You know, it's like a Dungeons and Dragons Dryads. And she wanted to take the baby from the family to take it to the forest and to feed it to an ancient tree, and it was like very bloody and gory. And I think like towards the end the father goes to save the baby and he cuts down the tree, but this is after like she kills a lot of those family members, because back then they had like Americans had large families living together, you know, like Coley McCulkin type of shit. So it was like a really great horror movie. I mean, today the special effects are absolutely ridiculous. It did show tits, like you got to see massive milkers on the screen. And it was, it was like blood and gore. This is what I grew up with. Yeah, on entertainment, by the way, not in real life. But still, yeah, I didn't grow up in a Democrat city. I'm sorry, like I missed that part. But it was cool entertainment. It was it wasn't the fact that it was blood and gore that was cool. It was the ingenuity of it. Like you would watch a movie and then you'd watch another movie and it was like so fucking completely different, for example, you watch a movie where the spirit of a lady gets into a car, and now the car is alive and the car kills people. It was like really bizarre, because like in the real world, getting like if you know that a car is coming, the car has one chance to kill you. Like if it doesn't manage to hit you, then you can just like move around the car, and the car will have difficulty like turning and shifting into gear in order to get you, right? But like in that movie, it was cool, it just shut down your neurons, and again, it had like big, massive tits on the screen. Cause like a lot of people say, it's like, oh, V, do you need titties to make a good movie? It's like, look, you have two choices, all right? Like you got two choices. Number one, you make an amazing story. Like if the story is amazing, then you don't need tits. Alright? But are you a good writer? Like, can you actually write? Can you make a compelling, immersive universe that is logical, coherent? If the answer is no, then put the tits on the screen and I switch my brain off, right? The brain goes, I see booba, and all of a sudden, I don't give a shit about your writing. It can be shit. Just have all the special effects. Just show me a pencil shot. Just show me shuffling. Just switch my brain off, basically. Because if I see boobies on the screen, I can be like, you know what? It doesn't have to make sense. Like, they just did it in order to show boobies. Simple. Or gore. If you show gore, same thing. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween. Like these things. They're like, oh, it looks ridiculous. Yeah, but like the purpose was to show blood on the screen. It's like, okay, well, I get it. It was to give the audience what they want. Notice... What is this name? How do you spell it? Hold on. How do you spell this name? This is interesting. What is this? What is this? Chat. How do you spell that? I want to pronounce it. What is that? Huh? Hello, V. I'm working on the YouTube setup. I want to make sure it's professional. Also appreciate the connection opportunity for promoting my manga every time. I will tell you this, okay? Regarding professional YouTuber setup, blah. I started my YouTube channel with a microphone that had a cable coming out of it. Alright? And no video camera. Unless you wanna be the new Linux tech tips, unless you wanna create like something that's spectacular in design, you don't need that. Okay, I'm telling you this as someone who has trained other successful YouTubers. Like with my own hands, I have raised them from the many people. They're autistic. They're perfectionists. It's like it has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. No, it doesn't. All right. I have seen people investing so much fucking energy to make sure that the setup is being properly done. No. You can have a cartoon avatar as a VTuber, and that is enough. In fact, it's better. You don't have to do your hair. You don't have to look presentable. You don't have to care about the background. You don't have to do shit. All right, like that would be my advice. If you want to use a camera, use a camera. That's fine. But don't overdo it. Like, don't go like, oh, I need the most expensive microphone. Oh, I need like the highest editing quality software. No, people don't care. Unless you have a studio. Like if you want to be like Steven Crowder or... I mean, look at the Hodge twins. The Hodge twins is a perfect example. What the fuck do they have? They sit there and then they go like blah, 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 and then... They smash their fist on the table, it explodes, and they go, yeah. And that's it. And they have millions of viewers. You don't need to. Unless, of course, you do something more specific, like anime reviews. When you're going to do anime reviews, you're going to need the video editing software. It's gonna happen. But anyway, I divert. For all the ladies, it's Peter's Tech Tips. Yeah, it's content best than quality. Most people who listen to YouTube videos, they listen it from their phones while they're on work. They don't even look at you. They don't even give a shit. Unless you're Mr. Charisma. If you're like the Fallout guy, and you do like the faces and shit, then yeah. But other than that, it's not important. I mean, it's not bad if it's there. It's just that, in fact, many times it can distract. Like if you... Like myself, right? I'm wearing a shirt, I don't have a suit. You need to have a suit. You need to have a table. I don't fucking have a table, chat. I've got no table. I got no background. The walls are empty. People don't like that shit. I probably... Like, my VTube channel gets more viewers specifically because of that. It's like things that are distracting. Anyway, right, use Windows Movie Maker. 7 hours of podcast a day, very rarely look at the screen. See, I know what dude, I share wisdom. This is what I do on my show. I share wisdom. I do not look presentable, and I don't want to look presentable. I don't want to have 1,000 viewers. I don't. When you have 1,000 viewers, you're attracting criticism. You're attracting haters. I like my little community. Sit on my little community, I get some small super chats, $5, $2, I'm happy. By the way, American Outlier, if you are going to show face, you need bisexual lighting. This is required. Especially if you're a person of color, every single Twitch streamer has bisexual lighting. You may wonder, but V, what is bisexual lighting? I will show you. Hold on. This. This is bisexual lighting. Actually, it should be like a shade of blue. But look at this shit. My God, it's so useless. So over the top. Holy fucking hell. Like, why would you do this? Just get a VTube avatar by this point. Like how much money is invested here? Holy fuck. If you don't have like at least 5,000 subs, 5,000 viewers, you wasted cash. So like, okay, they got like all of this shit for the background. It's like, oh my God, I love Nintendo. I'm just like you guys. Look, Super Mario, right? Ugh. 3 computer screens. Why not 4? At this point, you should be like the Oracle from Batman. My fucking God, look at it. Japanese team. Oh, you like anime? Okay, so like anime, like you guys, we like Pokemon, we like Mario, we like, all right. And they're like lights, like it's a fucking studio, and a camera, professional camera. Wow, a webcam doesn't cut it. Why the fuck would you have? Okay, so you got the phone, you got like 3 screens. Get another one at this point. Oh, I just no. This is like wasted money. This is like no, not needed. No. Maybe when you have like 1,000 subs, maybe then you get it. But like, if you start like that, then you're doing it wrong. Have you heard? And I will tell you why. Okay, I will tell you why. Many people start and they realize YouTubing is not for them. They don't have the energy. They can't keep it up. Maybe they're not lucky and they're not getting subs. You know, it can happen. So my advice, at least do it for a year before you invest so much. Like, once you notice that, okay, I can do this. I have the energy. I like doing it. I want to do more of it. If you get to that point, then invest more. Have you heard that comedian Cat Williams announced a list of Hollywood Illuminati who tried to make him gay in exchange for money and fame? But no, I've been told that you can't make someone gay. People are born that way. That's a stream deck, not a phone? Oh, wow, thank you. I know now. There is such a thing called a stream deck. Holy shit. I didn't even know. Oh, yeah, oh. American Outlier. You need to get the thought microphone. Chat. Let's gather money. Let's gather money to send American Outlier the thought microphone. I will show you what it is. Hold on. American Outlier, stop what you're doing. I want to show what I'll give to you. Alright, but we need to... How much is one? I don't think I can afford it. I don't think I can afford the chat, but maybe we can get money together. And we can buy one of this for American Outlier. Hold on, I'll show you. Right. This is the microphone. It doesn't come with the girl. Like, if you're thinking that you get the girl as well. No, she's not included. You just get the microphone. It looks like this. It's got 2 ears. Yeah. Holy shit, maybe I should get it for my video game. But how do I send it to the actresses? Oh, look, I got one that American Outlier might like. Look at this, Ayo. Chat. We should gather... We should have a crowdfunding to get Ayo one of these microphones. He wants to start YouTubing. I think this would be a perfect gift. This would be for his initial setup. What do you guys think? Look at it. It doesn't come with the girl, as I mentioned before. What is wrong with her tongue, though? Like, why is her tongue like this? Why? Oh, she's got a geographic tongue. This is what it's called, chat. It's a geographic tongue. It's asymptomatic. It means you don't feel it. Like, it's fine. It doesn't affect, but it gives you like this weird coloration. Geographic. See, I put the diagnosis just by looking. Didn't have to do any sort of investigation. That's what a good doctor does. You go like, you got a geographic tongue. That's an ASMR microphone. No, I don't want it. It's not nice to refuse a present, American Outlier. I do not know from which savage place of the America you come from, but here in Europe, we do not refuse gifts. Especially if they are given with compassion and consideration. What are you doing? I do not want it. It's a gift. You do not look a gift horse in the mouth. Didn't your grandmother tell you this? Hello, Christica. I do have a geographical tongue, yes. Many people do. It's actually quite a common thing. And it also appears when you age. So the more, if you don't have one now, you may have one in the future. Hey, people. Nice to see a V stream without Dev. Well, you may see more of them because I told Arch, look, unfortunately, I can't do D&D and Archcast. Like, you gotta pick and choose. It really messes with my sleeping schedule. Like, here's the thing. A lot of people ask me, it's like, V, why aren't you going to bed? Why don't you sleep? Like, listen, motherfucker. Okay? As a streamer, if I sit all the way up until 3 a.m., because that's the time zone of the Americans. So I sit until 3 a.m. and I go to bed at around 6 a.m. do you not believe that my sleeping schedule is a little bit out of whack? And the thing is, like, if I do one of these streams a week, like, I play Dungeons and Dragons up until 2 a.m. Okay, fine. That's one stream a week, right? But when you do two, and you go to bed at 6 a.m. 2 days in a row, it reverts your sleeping schedule. You're going to wake up at 8 p.m. the next day, and the thing just goes into, like, an internal clock, which completely reverts the time sleep. Like, you're awake during the night and you're sleeping during the day. SM7B is popular and fine enough for cats. What is that? Is that the microphone? Is that what we're going to buy? American Outlier? How much is one of these microphones? Hold on, let me check. I have no fucking idea. Like, I know a Yeti is like $500, and I think, like, the Yeti is the best one. Like, I couldn't find a better microphone for streaming than Yeti. I have this one for, I think it's like 4 or 5 years now. I'm not going to make this into a promotional video for Yeti. But, I'm curious if the ASMR microphone is more expensive than a Yeti. Okay, so. Why do they come? Oh my god, they made them in pink? Really? I mean, I kind of get it. You know, if they're a streaming microphone and American Outlier, you need this color. You need this color. Like, no. Look, when I play video games, every single time, like when you play Spider-Man, this is what Miles Morales would have. No, I don't write it. Like, think about it, right? Like if Sweet Baby would write a new character for, let's see, what? For GTA, right? And it's like a black person that's a streamer. This is the type of microphone that they would give. You know it. I know it. Let's stop denying that it ain't so. Oh, look, and it's got oh, look how cute it is. Holy shit, you can get the muff. You get, like you get this thing, right? You get this thing, and it's same color as well. Holy shit. I want to buy this one for American Outlier now. I want to get this one. It's not a Yeti, though. But it's still a professional streaming USB setup. Hold on, like the ASMR mic, this is what we started looking for. What is it? Do they not have it? Do they not have it in UK? Oh my god, maybe someone in the chat knows. Okay, that's hot. I know it is hot. I feel like Dev is going to have his Destiny Trolls Remorse apology stream soon, and he can finally embrace his inner leftist. I think so too. Like, he's going to appear on Vosh's channel, and he's going to be like, I'm so sorry for being a right-winger. Like people used so many of my videos in order to make Nazi content, and I really regret that. Like, I drew the line when I saw one of my arguments used by Nazis. Like, the argument is true, but I never wanted to make videos that benefit the Nazis, so I'm going to distance myself. Personally, I like Rode, but all of these need preamp. Oh, God. Hello, Echo Drift. Welcome to the show. I've seen girls doing videos pumping that form. Yeah. You need to pump that, yeah. I like the fact that American Outlier just left. What is he doing, though? Huh? This is better. If he left, then he doesn't know what present we're going to buy for him. You know, a present is a lot cooler when you don't know what it is. And then when you open the box, you get to make the soy face. That's the best type of gift, isn't it? Like, you find it under the Christmas tree and you go like, oh, yeah? They call it Pog face on Twitch. If you want to start streaming, you need to use the lingo, right? Don't use soy face on Twitch. You're going to get banned. It's Pog. They have a different vocabulary. They're different people there. What happened in the Ashka stream? Dev said that he would vote for Biden. He's riding with Biden. Just like the kids. Which is interesting, you know? Like a lot of people were like, Dev, you're a communist, you're a communist. And he's like, yeah, like a horse. That's how I would ivermectin. And yesterday, yeah, I would vote for Biden. Okay, I mean, you're Canadian, so I'm glad you can't. But it's interesting. Shocking, yes, I know. Look, Zenith is shocked. Why are you shocked, Zenith? You didn't see this coming? This is not a big reveal, Zenith. This is not a big reveal. It's not like you know, someone that you already suspected comes out as trans. It's like, no. It's not like Iceman coming gay in the comics, you know? It's more like something that we could have predicted. That is definitely an opinion to have. Yes, yes, it was. He was very opinionated that day, which I'm like, okay, you know, interesting, interesting. Canada is a magical place. Which is worse, Canada or California? Yeah. Yes, they did for life, really. I'm not shitting you. Every single time I'm saying something like I'm breaking news on my channel, I need to say I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Because like the news that I give, despite the fact that it is always true, people go like, "Oh my God, V, is that true?" Yes, yes. I'm not spreading false misinformation. I'm not pushing harmful, disingenuous conspiracy theories. I'm doing my best in order to provide to you guys the truth. It's not my fault that the truth is so surprising. Apparently, California is worse for now. I think Toronto is worse. Actually, no. Hold on. Should back up a little bit. I think it depends on the housing prices, right? Like how expensive it is to live there and how likely you are to get shot. Like I think that's how that should be. You know, like how you decide when it's better to live. Cause like the streets are trash. The place is awful. But like I guess you can say like how expensive it is to live in one or the other, and how likely are you to get mugged, shot, or worse. I bought the Quadcast mic pop filter and on a podcasting console. I got a webcam, but no skin for now. Just working on getting sound and video editor. Yeah, but that's look. You can't just buy a microphone. It has to be the color. And this, like, look at the screen. All right, look at the screen. This is the color you need to get. I saw video games with Americans playing on streams, and they all have this type of microphone, right? Like you need to get this color. I don't care about the type of microphone. Like it can be whatever, but the color is important. If you don't have this color, what you need to do, go to an auto shop and have it painted for you. They know how to do it. Just go to an auto shop, right? And you're like, I want my microphone to be this color. And they will do it. They'll do a good job. I think like any auto repair shop can do it. Do you still have like auto repair shops in America? Or are they a dying breed? Because the right to repair is becoming more and more unreachable by the common pleb. It's the fact that like no, seriously, there was this picture that I saw with a smart car. I think it was a Ferrari. And it gave an error. It couldn't update its software, so the car stopped running. My brain did not comprehend that. Like, what the fuck? So like, a car that's like vroom, vroom, vroom. Yeah. It gave a software error. And it wouldn't start. And the thing is, like, you have to take it to a Ferrari repair shop. Like, you can't take it anywhere, right? Because it's like, well, I mean, you don't want anyone to look into their software, right? Like that. But like, my fucking God, just imagine like going to the mountains or somewhere in Europe where, like, we have places in Europe that you go into the mountains, that like you visit the Carpathians or you visit the Alps, right? And there's like entire segments of road where there's no one. There's fucking no one for miles. There's nothing. I think like you Americans have that. You call it the desert. We call it the mountains. It doesn't matter. But the mountains is even worse because you may not get reception. Like there are places in the mountains where your fucking phone isn't working, right? So imagine that your car breaks down and it's like, well, software update. And they're like, what the fuck is this? And you can't take it anywhere to fix it. Because like the nearest Ford repair shop is probably like hundreds of miles. Apparently America still has auto shops. For now. Give it a little bit more time. Small appliances. The auto market is a different thing. No, it's not. Auto shops are everywhere in America. The over-the-air update was a Ford electric car. The computers exist in every car. No, I don't mind the fact that a computer exists in a fucking car, okay? What I do mind is that why isn't the car functioning when the computer doesn't get its update? Like, and not to mention, you know what? Actually, I do mind the fact that there is a computer in every car. Hold on, I take it back. Why is there a computer in every car? What's the fucking point? What does that computer do that you need to have it in? And why can't you turn it off? Like, okay, let me give you an example, right? Let's say you have a computer that gives you like GPS access. Okay, why can't I just put my smartphone on the board of the car and I have GPS access? It allows you to call people. Why can't I just put my phone on the board of the car and I can call people? Oh, it helps you, like the car has sensors and it allows you to park automatic. Perfect. Okay, if the computer is down, disable that function. Don't disable the whole fucking car. And not to mention, I really hate the concept. It's like auto driving. It's like an autopilot thing, right? But I still need to look at the road, right? Because if there's a car crash, it's still my responsibility. So basically, it's like an autopilot thing, but you're not in the fucking air so that, you know, the skyways are clear and you only need to pay attention when you're next to the airport or whatever. No, it's like you're in a fucking vehicle on the road, an animal can jump in front of you or whatever, right? And you have to pay attention. But like the thing is, like when you're looking and doing the same thing and someone else does it for you, you zone out. So if something jumps in front of you, do you have like the same reaction to? I don't know. It's just they need computers to regulate fuel injection for fuel economy. Yeah, but like you'd think that if the computer doesn't work, there would be like a manual set for the fuel injection. That's the thing. It's like, oh my god, fuel economy. How much can it possibly save? No, there is no way you can sell me with the concept of a computer inside the car, especially when what are there like the leaks videos from the CIA? Like I'm not into conspiracy theories, but it's not a conspiracy if it's out in the open, right? Like I remember before 2016, I think like they had like a major data breach within the American security services. And they were basically talking how they can listen into your TVs, your smartphone. That turns out to be true. Like at the time, people were shocked. But there were experiments made that if you have like a smartphone on your table and it's brand new and you come with a person and you start talking about cars all day, when you log into that phone's account, you're going to notice that you're getting commercials for cars. So, you know, they can listen to your phone, they can listen to your TV, they can listen to your Xbox. Obviously, they can listen to your car. All right, fine, you know. But they also said that they can assassinate someone by using their cars. Like, you can hijack into a car and... I mean, come the fuck on. You know, like why the... Obviously, it's not going to happen to me because I'm not a high-ranking politician or anything. But it's like, why? Why would you get that? Yeah, get a car from the 70s or the 80s. They are safe. Do you know, like, all jokes aside, though, that was an article. That was an article in... I think it was the New York Post, but it was from a couple of years ago. It basically said that most farmers are now getting tractors from the 70s or the 80s. Like, they would go out of their way in order to get these old tractors. And I was like, well, why would they do that? And the answer is because the new tractors, they're all with, like, computers on board and shit. And when something breaks, it's incredibly expensive to repair, and you can't repair yourself. Like, you need to go to the authorized repair shop. So the farmers, they just want to get, like, the old tractors that are built to last. And they can repair them when it breaks. And I guess it's the same with the car. It's like there is no reason to get a car that has a computer on board. None whatsoever. By the way, Artemis Fowl, would you have known? Would you have known that short fat otaku would vote for Joe Biden if he could? Did you know that? What if he marries a wishy-cushy American waifu? Huh? Actually, he can marry a man as well because America is very open-minded right now. I heard that in California, they're going to give free sex change surgeries for immigrants. We're going to talk about that in a bit. I'm not kidding. It's actually in the news. But he can marry a man and get American citizenship, right? What up, peeps? I know people that have tractors from the 60s and the 70s. I have a big farm across the road from me. Yeah, no, and it's not that they don't have money to replace them. It's that there is no reason to replace them. Like, you're an idiot if you replace them. And I noticed this with many things, like Windows, right? I think, like, the previous versions of Windows were a lot better than the current ones. Like, there are no worse spyware updates than a Windows update. Like, people don't read the TOS from Microsoft. Like, unironically, I don't know if they implemented this, but there was like a small scandal. Because like most of these scandals, you don't get to see. They're on various forums where people that like tech talk about them. But like, they're not really that public, right? And there was an update saying that if you use any of the Microsoft programs, so if you use Windows Excel, if you use Word, if you use like any of their programs, they claim that they own the content that you put in there. Right? That now, many of these TOSs can just be like them just going as much as they can, you know, like having the biggest reach ever, because like, okay, well, first of all, like, people don't know. Secondly, even if they know, they don't care. And finally, even if they know and they care, where they're going to go, right? But like the very idea that you can write a novel, and then Microsoft can claim that they have intellectual property for the novel because you've written it there is absolutely bewildering. Now, of course, I will point out that they're probably not going to actually sue, you know, they're not going to go after someone's intellectual property because they put it there. But the very fact that they're thinking to add it in the TOS is bizarre. But yeah, like American Outlier says, the best Windows were XP and Windows 7. I completely agree. Everything after that is just useless. And everything after that is just more spyware, more ads. It's like, if you're an average user, if you don't use your computer for anything specialized, you don't need more than a Windows 7 or a Windows XP. Unfortunately, though, right, if you were to use Windows 7 now, many of the modern programs wouldn't work because they're not optimized for Windows 7. So you're kind of forced to update to a lesser product. But what can you do? I like all the writing in your game so far. Why, thank you, Zenith. I really appreciate that. You know, I do my best. So Zenith likes the writing in my game. Any idea if the game will release this year or the next? Oh my fucking god, I'm starting to feel like a real game developer now. Look, I genuinely do not know. I didn't know this when I was a gamer either. You know, and it's a legit question. And I was always annoyed when game developers refused to answer. But then, okay, so first of all, I will be honest, my publisher wouldn't allow me to tell. Like, I do have a release date in mind. I think I can hit the deadline. But my publisher doesn't want me to tell because there are certain things that he needs to do, which, you know, may take a longer while, and he doesn't want you guys to go start bothering him. But when you make a video game, right, the story is made separately. The art is made separately. The coding for the game is made separately. And once all of them are done, they come together, right? So, like, think about, like, making an airplane, and someone makes the wings, someone else makes the onboard computer. Now I can say the percentage of where the story is at. I can say the percentage of where the art is at and where the code is at. But I have no idea, like, when you assemble it, how long will it take? And even then, there can be bugs, right? Like, I can make the game, and I can find that there's a breaking bug, and something doesn't work. And at that point, I don't know how much time it will take to fix, to find it, to locate it. So you know, it's difficult to give a release date like that. Hopefully, though, I am doing my best to make it sure that it comes up this year. Like, I'm trying my best to hit the deadline. For 3 months, though, I will have to stop coding. So I will only focus on the artwork, the other assets, like the pixel art, the animations, the story. And I'll have to pause coding for a little bit because the Romanian tax man decided to increase taxes for this year, so I'm saving money to pay taxes for that. But it shouldn't delay production. It should still be on the same. The thing is, I am planning to release a demo. So hopefully I will have a demo as soon as possible so that you guys can play a little bit. Overall, I think like I looked at other people that have their own projects and indie games. I think mine moved incredibly fast. So up until now, I had no problems. No one decided to quit. No one decided to do anything that... Anyway, you want me to come on to talk about Dev's choice in politicians? No. I don't want to talk behind his back. Like, believe it or not, I'm still friends with him, despite the fact that he is a Democrat. But it's not nice, you know. Like, if I get someone else to talk about behind his back, he would get upset. And to be honest, I would get upset as well. Like if I find out that he went on a stream and he got like another person to constantly shit talk about me, I would be like, well, V. Anyway. To help with bugs, try to find a tight-lipped quality control tester. My publisher has them, so. No, I cannot do the voice acting. Why are you still talking about Dev? Because I got a super chat, Andre. It's how it works. If you give me a super chat that doesn't talk about Dev, then I won't talk about Dev. I am beholden to my employees, which is you guys. Employers, which is you guys. Ramen costs $2 now? Oof. Why would you be friends with someone you don't agree with? Holy fucking shit, I would have to ostracize most of my family if that wasn't the case. We have like the Romanian mindset. The Romanian mindset is that you don't get to talk about football, sports, and politics. So, I just don't talk about those subjects. You should invite Dev on as well. I don't even know if he's awake. And not to mention, I don't even know if I have the energy. I already spoke with him yesterday. Holy shit. Artemis, have a heart. Have a fucking heart. Talking to Dev 2 days in a row? Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit. And on my channel, holy fuck, talk about politics on my channel. No. No. You're taking advantage of me because I just woke up 30 minutes ago. No. Oh, Dios mío. Talking about Dev on my channel about holy shit. You should do a read of all the voice lines. Do you know that actually voice acting is more difficult than it seems? You think it's easy because you only hear good voice actors, but then you hear Yagi give his Yakuza impression, and it's like, oh. Right, so the Culture T desires for me to mention Dev again. Well, the Culture T, you need to understand that while I do have to read the super chats, I don't really have to do what they tell me to. So if you give me a super chat, I will read it. But if you tell me to jump off a bridge, I will not. That is a universal saying. Don't talk about politics, religion, or sports. It's not universal if the woke don't have it. Like, the woke just can't stop themselves. No, seriously, it's like that chuckle fuck that goes to the family dinner, knows that the uncle is heavily religious, and like, but where is your source, uncle? Ha ha ha. And the uncle goes, Merry Christmas, and you're like, Happy Holidays, uncle. You know, like this is the cancerous type which guarantees you're going to be alone. You have a woman most of the times, right? Because like social justice activists, they claim they care about women. They don't. But they claim they do. And you have a woman slaving after a hot stove in order to make like the perfect dinner. And you go and you ruin it. You're going to the Christmas dinner or the Thanksgiving dinner or whatever the fuck to be an antagonistic prick. Like, you know you're not going to change anyone's mind, but you're going to open topics of conversation that you know are antagonistic in nature. And it's just so you can create a bad atmosphere. Yeah, so like Romanians don't do that. It's considered rude and impolite. Other people will tell you to shut the fuck up. Class of 09 has some of the best voice actors ever. Well, I'm sure they do. And I'm sure they're very expensive. I just went to a beekeeping conference. It was so refreshing. No politics, just bees. That is... Oh my god, that is so fucking sad, isn't it? That is so fucking sad when you go to a beekeeping conference and you're happy that people just talk about bees. Holy shit. Did you know that like some beehives have 2 or 3 queens? Did you know that? Did you know that a hornet can destroy an entire beehive? Like the hornet goes in and then it goes out and reports to the other hornets and they come in and they raid the hive. But the bees, in some situations, they wrap around the hornet and they start buzzing and they cause like such high degrees of temperature that they cook the hornet alive. I bet you didn't know that. Did you know that during the winters, bees don't poop? Like they have to hold it in? I'm not kidding. They have to hold that shit in for an entire 3 or 4 months period. Because if they go out to poop, they freeze to death. I bet you didn't know that. Did they talk about it at the conference? Did they talk about it? No, they didn't. Anyway. Is it the hornet that actually, like, which is the eugenic bee? Huh? Because I know, like, people fucked with the bee genetics. Like, they were like, all right, well, we have a wasp. And wasps are pretty fucking big, right? So what if we take a honeybee that produces a lot of honey and we mix it with the wasp, and then you're going to have like a bigger wasp that produces a lot of honey. You know, like it sounds good, right? Like it sounds logical. Sounds logical. Like you're going to have a bigger insect which produces more honey, right? Turns out that you do have a bigger insect which is more aggressive, more deadly, more toxic, and produces less honey. And I think those are the killer bees. The African bee? Yeah, it got out of control, didn't it? It's got no natural predator as well. To be honest, I don't have a problem with them. It's the liberalism image being brainwashed by since birth due to being a US black person and then waking up from it. So the animosity I have for that ideology is reasonable. Wasps and hornets don't produce. Yeah, well, no, because the initial idea was that if you do this mixing, if you do this race mixing with the bees, you're going to have the best of both worlds. So you're going to have like a bee that's larger and a bee that produces more honey. In reality, it was the best of both worlds, but not the way people expected. It's a bee, which is a lot, like has more deadly venom. It stings worse, like it hurts a lot worse, and produces less honey. And it's also like very adaptable in many climates. It's anyway, right? Yeah, they are very nasty. Wasps and hornets are different. Yes, they're different. I don't know how. I'm sure like the bee expert will look. Just because I know a lot about bees doesn't mean that I'm an expert. All right, let me look at some of the news that came out. We got anime localizers. Oh, this one is a really good one. So an AI was asked to draw authoritarian and democracy, and people are saying that the AI did wrong, but I think it did actually pretty spot on accurate, right? You got authoritarianism, and everyone is happy, and you have like people in the park and shit, and then you have like democracy, and you have like the military good. Isn't this how Washington D.C. looked like after Biden's election though? Like when they had like fences and shit around the Capitol building. Oh, but V, wasn't there like the chance of an incident? Yeah, I mean, it's like someone did move furniture and they did trespass. I mean, I can't deny that, but I think like the response was a little bit overblown. Like they didn't have that response during the BLM riots, right? Like they, for some reason, they... but I mean, I did listen to Biden's new campaign speeches. Did you guys listen to them? It's interesting. Like, he's not going to promise to increase your way of life. Like he's not saying, hey, I'm going to increase your welfare, or hey, I'm going to lower the tax. No. He's like, we need to protect our democracy by any means necessary. It's like, I mean, maybe this is what it takes to protect democracy. I'm not saying that it isn't. Who knows? It looks reasonable though, right? Like democracy is very important. So we need who says that the AI doesn't understand things? By the way, like I think the reason that the AI does this, because this is actually what's really funny. The AI, right, like it has access to the public database. This is why you need AI safety, by the way. The AI has access to the public's database. They see what's in the news. They see like the speeches from the politicians and shit. But it doesn't have like the mind filter, right? So when it listens to Biden's speeches, when it listens to what the Democrats and the people in the media say, it's like, oh, well, we need to protect democracy. So therefore, it's okay to lock down DC and put fences and shit, and right? And then why they say like, well, Trump is authoritarian, Trump is a dictator, and it looks at Trump's policies, right? So the AI goes like, okay, well, this is democracy, and this is authoritarianism. And it does so because it's literally what's in the fucking press. Like, think of the AI like some alien that doesn't really understand what humanity is all about. But it tries its best to understand, right? Like, it doesn't have... Because the thing is, right, like, this is how the left operates. And once you understand this, you get why the AI is doing this. Like the left will say that a man can become a woman just by uttering the magic words, I identify as a woman. And therefore you are a woman, right? But they don't have the definition of a woman. Like, they can't define what a woman is. I mean, that's why the documentary was so popular. So in order for this to work, you need to have a person that actually knows what a woman is, right? But then accepts the leftist mindset without questioning it. And it accepts it not because it believes in it, but it will say the correct things that need to be said. So like internally, you know what a woman is, you understand the definitions, but then you play the pretend game and you externalize the correct answer, right? An AI doesn't do that. An AI is like, it knows strict definitions. It knows what it means. It looks at what you're describing and it takes it fucking literally, right? So this is why you get this shit. Now when you get this shit, you need AI safety, right? So the AI safety comes in and goes like, oh, fuck, like, this isn't good. Like, I know that the output is this, but you're not allowed to show this. So for democracy, you're going to show this, and for authoritarianism, you're going to show this, right? This is how the AI works. And this is why it's so interesting. Let's celebrate American Architect's first super chat. American Architect, do you know American Outline? Are you related? Here's to you getting some good sleep. I just woke up. A sleepy V isn't that? I just woke up. It'll be a shame to lose you on the Archcast, but I hope you go with D&D. I do go with D&D, yes. There's more people there. Democracy is an excellent political system. No, it's not. Okay, the American founding fathers. Why the fuck do I know this? Why do I know this? I'm a Romanian. I'm not an American. Fuck. The American founding fathers, one of their greatest concerns was democracy. Because you have people that once in power, right, like, they can vote whatever the fuck they want. Right? So like, once you have like a class of people that are in power, they can vote each other. They can vote for the stuff they want, and they can oppress everyone else. So as long as you have like, you don't even need 51% of the vote in order to basically fuck with everyone. What you need is to have a group of people that's in charge, and then the vote is separated on so many issues that you can be like, you look at European elections, right? You make a coalition, and you have like, the people in power, like let's say that they're like a party that has 30% of the vote and another party that has like 21% of the vote. They make a coalition, they give each other certain things that they want, and they oppress everyone else, right? So the founding fathers in the United States noticed this, and they said that, no, this is wrong. This is not a system that we want. So they create the concept of the American Constitution. And the American Constitution means that they can't vote whatever the fuck they want. And this is why the left is coping and seething so hard in America, because without it, you'd be like Britain. You'd have no free speech, you'd have no guns, you'd have absolutely no way to defend yourself against a tyrannical government. So, The founding fathers decided, all right, well, we're going to have the Constitution and we're going to give state rights because it makes sense that the person in Texas knows what's best in Texas than the person in Washington, D.C., right? Like the person in Ohio knows better what should be done in Ohio than the person from Washington, D.C. The United States is not a fucking country. I don't know why people say it. It's in the fucking name. It's a union of states, right? So states' rights are more important than the federal rights. Well, it's not that they're more important. Like states' rights are the core, right? Then you have like the federal constitution which enforces like limits the power of the states' right through the Constitution. But like either than that, states' rights should vote and should. But this is like what's written by the founding fathers. The idea to defend our democracy is not an American concept. They don't value democracy. You guys value liberty and individual freedom. Like, we need to defend individual freedom. It's not we need to defend our fucking democracy. Why am I, a non-American, capable of understanding these basic concepts, but I'm willing to bet if you ask Americans in the street, or heaven forbid from the academia, they know jack shit. I'm just glad to hear that from someone in Europe. You would be shocked. I think like Eastern Europe, like they know what I'm saying to be normal. Like they think like, yeah, this is what America is like. If you ask, like, yeah, the core principle issue that America was founded was on individual freedom. It wasn't on democracy. It wasn't on diversity, inclusivity, and equity. It wasn't on equality. No, it was individual freedom. Oh my God, but it had slaves. Yes, everyone had slaves. And America abolished slavery because it believed in the fucking individual freedom. When did they start to talk about democracy? Way before that. I think it's like during the Cold War, the communists started talking about democracy. Like it's not an American thing. In fact, the communists even started talking about masses. Like if you look at I think Ronald Reagan has a speech where he basically points out that the concept is like, oh, we need to please the masses, or like basically like groups of people. That was anti-American at the time. They didn't understand what the fuck that means. It's like, what do you mean we need to please the masses? Like, what is that? Like, we're for individual freedom. There is no masses. It's either like the individual or the American people, but there is no masses. And even when it's about the American people, it's a phrase that's very rarely used. It's like American people, and then you talk about the rights that they have. It's like that they have the right of free speech. They have the right of blah, blah, blah. But, ugh. I'm Romanian and lots of my friends believe this. In different degrees. Yeah, no, this is like normal in Eastern Europe. This is just like the common mindset. What is it with you and being on the Archcast? I think you said you are only going on D&D. Yeah, like from now on. I will try my best. If I'm awake and I can go on the Archcast, I will. But I'm going to have to prioritize D&D because it's ruining my sleep schedule and it's upsetting my wife. It's upsetting my wife, chat. Like we have different ages now. I'm not a child anymore. It's upset my wife because I'm asleep during the day, and she's like, well, I want you to help me with groceries. Like, you wake up at 7 p.m. I want help with the groceries. Do you expect me to carry by myself? And I can't refute that, chat. It's like, oh, you're being a cock. No. It's like, she's right. She's like, I'm fulfilling my gender roles. Why aren't you fulfilling yours? What type of man are you? I don't have an answer to that. She's right. When she's right, she's right. Waking up at 9 p.m. is holy hell. I cannot fathom how bad that is for your sleep cycles. Well, it's bad for her as well, right? Because she's awake during the day and her husband is asleep. And it's like, well, she wants to spend time with the husband, which is why she married. And it's like, okay, well, fine. think like I mean, you can consider that like, oh, simp or whipped or whatever, but I do think like women do have a point. Like I do believe in gender roles, right? And if she is fulfilling her gender roles, then I get to fulfill mine. It's only fair. Um. Anyway, his wife is his VTuber waifu. The thing is, like, in a marriage, and I would say that in a relationship as well, you need to know when certain things are reasonable and when certain things aren't reasonable. So, for example, there's also things that I complain about. Like, if I walk in, let's say I have guests coming, and I walk into the guest room and it's dirty because she made a mess, then I will start complaining. And I will be like, well, why aren't you cleaning up after yourself? And then she doesn't have an argument. And she starts cleaning up after herself, right? But when she goes shopping and carries the luggage, and she points out, look, I'm a woman, I'm not supposed to do this, you're supposed to carry shit. I'm like, okay. And then when we get home, it's like, well, I'm a man, you're supposed to cook. And she's like, okay. It's how a normal marriage functions, much to the dismay and horror of many woke people. That is compromise. And then the house has different chores, which needs to be done. No streams, no groceries. True. Anyway, I should go and make my videos. I got like some really great videos coming on my main channel. I'm going to talk about the 3 types of leftists that are there, like the 3 type of demographics that vote left. I hope you guys will figure out which one Dev is. And then I think I got like some other on the secondary channel with localizers mouthing back at Asmongold. Like that is beautiful. I can hardly wait to make that video. I'll make it after this actually. So anyway, I'll see you guys there, and thank you for watching, and thank you for the super chats.